The word fair trade has become a household term over the last 20 years in the UK, and in York it has become a word to describe the city.
2019 is really important for York Fair Trade. It's our 15th anniversary as a fair trade city. We've had a very active group all of that time working within the city centre and the environs, trying to educate more and more people about fair trade. Over that time we've seen many more products becoming available. Fair trade's available from everywhere, from sort of Greggs to Waitrose and everything in between. There are now 4,500 fair trade products available, which is astonishing, and I think it's really important that we acknowledge that the work that people are doing within York to promote that and to try and help people in the developing world in a sustainable way.
This year, the Fair Trade Mark is 25 years old, and the foundation now supports 1.6 million farmers and workers across 74 countries by making sure that they are paid a fair wage for their produce.
So typically, cocoa farmers, and of course York is the home of chocolate in the UK, cocoa farmers still earn less than poverty wages. Most of our cocoa in the UK comes from just two countries in West Africa, Ghana and Ivory Coast. And there, typically farmers will earn about 74p a day. 74p a day. That's less than half the World Bank's definition of absolute poverty. It doesn't need to be that way. The industry in the UK is worth $4 billion a year. So we just need to make sure more money goes into the hands of the farmers, and we can solve that through looking for fair trade when we go shopping.
But how has fair trade helped communities in developing countries?
One of the most wonderful things about fair trade is the premium, which is an extra 10% on top of the money that they get for the crop, and that's invested in the community. So what they do is they use it to build schools and roads and hospitals. Well, a lot of women work in fair trade, but they don't always get to see the benefits of the work that they do. So that one of the wonderful things that's being used in Côte d'Ivoire is the premium is being used for the women's development group, and basically women are training other women in how to be better business people, how to get the most from their cocoa farms, and it's a wonderful initiative.
And the city has a long history of supporting the cause.
There's a strong argument that York was the first place that had fair trade. When Mary Tuke opened her chocolate factory in York in 1795, she was really up against it because the guild kept trying to close her down. As a woman on her own, she wasn't allowed to join the guild, but she kept going and she was absolutely determined that she was going to sell chocolate on fair trade terms in York. So ever since then, it's been really important for York to establish connections with the developing world.
With York's rich confectionery history, being marked as a fair trade city means that farmers across the world are being helped to achieve a fair and basic standard of living. York Atkinson, That's TV.